Interest rates in Colombia have just gone up again. The benchmark rate now stands at 11.25%, following a 100 basis point increase, while inflation continues to rise and remains well above the central bank's target. The official argument is simple. The Bank of the Republic raises interest rates to make borrowing more expensive, reduce spending, and bring inflation under control. In theory, that makes sense, but the reality is more complex. This decision does not happen in a vacuum. We have seen disagreements between the government and the central bank, including criticism of these rate increases and the withdrawal of the Minister of Finance from the discussions. However, the real issue goes beyond interest rates. Monetary policy is trying to fight inflation, while fiscal policy appears to be moving in the opposite direction. If the government continues spending heavily and it's unable or unwilling to reduce its own expenditures, inflationary pressures remain in the economy. As a result, the burden of controlling inflation falls largely on the central bank, which has only one main tool available: higher interest rates. The consequence is that households face more expensive loans, businesses have higher costs of financing, investments slows down, and economic growth becomes more difficult. In my opinion, inflation cannot be solved by monetary policy alone. Fighting inflation requires discipline, not only from the central bank, but also from the government's fiscal policy. Otherwise, citizens end up carrying the cost of decisions they did not make. At the end, interest rates are not just economic tools. They are decisions that affect real people. So the question is, who is really paying the price? As Colombia approaches the presidential runoff on June 21, 2026, voters are not only choosing between candidates, but also between visions of how to manage the economy. Regardless of who wins, one thing is clear: bringing inflation under control will require more than high interest rates. It will require fiscal discipline, responsible public spending, and coordination between the government and the central bank. Otherwise, Colombians will continue to bear the cost of policies that address the symptoms of inflation, but not its underlying causes.